Hi, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Mackenzie.
And that was Mackenzie's phone.
I'm sorry.
This is Geekery TV.
The channel where we talk about what we geek out about.
And today we're going to talk about Redbox Roulette.
I'm going to be a minute. I'm muting my phone. I thought I did. I'm sorry.
We're gonna do Redbox Roulette, and we're gonna talk about
Sinister.
Yes.
We know we're late to the game. It's been out for a while. So much so that we bought it. We just went ahead and bought it.
Ethan Hawke is in it.
And he doesn't
basically that's it.
He doesn't look creepy thin. If you know Ethan Hawke, you know he can look emaciated almost.
Yeah, doesn't look so bad.
It's about a family, and Ethan Hawke is a writer, a true crime novelist, and they move into a house where 4 of the family members out of the 5 were hung in the backyard.
Unsolved mystery and a missing child.
And he doesn't tell his family that they're moving into a house.
He should have told his wife.
He had prime opportunity.
No. What she said was, did we move in 2 doors down from where the murder took place? Because evidently he did that before. He said, no, of course not.
No, but what he should have said was, no, but we're living in it.
Yeah, they never would have finished getting the boxes out of the moving truck.
They never finished that anyways.
They did get them out of the moving truck.
They just didn't unpack them.
They weren't there that long. A couple weeks.
I think 2 weeks.
Yeah,
is the span of this movie.
Not very long at all.
If you've seen it and you know the span of the movie, just comment below and let us know. It's a psychological horror.
Psychological thriller.
It's
kind of in the same vein as Secret Window.
Very similar.
So, a man gets obsessed with his work, and then all of a sudden, it is taking over his life in very strange ways.
And apparently he has an issue with letting his writing take over his life, because his wife is like, the minute you start to get crazy, we're leaving to my sister's. Apparently that's an issue.
I think that's all writers. I've previously dated a writer, and he didn't write anything of real substance, and he was still like that. So I'm pretty sure that's all sort of artistic and creative types who that's their livelihood.
I've never dated a writer. I have dated a musician, though, and he was like that.
I think they all
He was the guitarist. He was the writer for the band. He got really into his work. We'll put it that way. No, and slowly right away he finds this box of
Super 8 films.
Super 8 films.
Which, good luck trying to figure out how to work that stuff.
Thank you. Whoever produced this movie. Do we know who produced this movie?
Yeah, the same guy who did
Paranormal Activity and Insidious.
Yep.
I don't know his name off the top of my head. Anyways, thank you for the scene where he's trying to figure out how to put the Super 8 together.
Googles it like a normal
person. Thank you. Not just I know this randomly. No, he had to Google how to put this thing together. Thank you.
How to splice the film,
how to splice film.
Funny enough, I knew how to do.
And I was like, I don't know what that device is.
I do.
That he's using, because it's like two.
It's a film splicer.
It's like 2 compartments that close.
Yeah, you clip them together with the.
But you put tape. Yeah. It's like a VHS.
Right.
You just tape that spot together. It's gonna be a little blurry for a minute, but you're gonna be okay.
Yes.
No, but he Googles stuff all the time, how to do this. How to do that.
The Super 8 videos that are contained within the box start in the 60s and go up until the 90s when the most recent
98
when the most recent deaths took place in the house they're living in. Every single Super 8 film is of a different family's unfortunate death.
It doesn't start that way though. It's
stalking.
Yeah, creepy stalking.
Stalking in the bushes. Someone's watching your home.
Fun. Sorry, I don't know why I had to throw in creepy stalking.
Sometimes stalking is fun. It's called recon then.
You see what I live with?
Sometimes you have to find out where he works, what his schedule is, and what he wears on a normal everyday basis. It's called recon. That way you have something to talk about.
I just trust you and talk about, like, your favorite
I'm
books.
talking about a new guy. You gotta know stuff.
That's what Facebook was invented for, right?
Okay, I'm 31 years old. We didn't always have Facebook. Sometimes you just had to sit outside of his house.
That got real creepy real quick.
It's the truth. We would have just watched a show where the girl said, it's recon.
Yeah, and I'll be talking about that show either this week or next week. I call it Lonely Island.
Sometimes you have to do recon. So, anyway, the killer was doing recon on the families.
And we see, like, each one has a different title. One's like pool party, one's lawn work.
Sleepy time.
Sleepy time. And one is...
Did we ever find out what the last one was?
Painting. Painting the house is one. And that's the very last one.
Right.
But the one before that...
I don't know if we ever got a name.
Picnic time. Picnic time. And the title is like what they're doing at the beginning of each Super 8. Like one family, and they're all from all over the place.
Sacramento, St. Louis, Chicago area.
Yeah, Minneapolis was one.
Right. They're all over the country. And spanned within like excuse me.
She's dying now.
If only. It's a Monday.
It's been bad. Day. It's been a bad day.
Within, like 40 years, it spans.
Yeah, it's like the first one's in 66, the next one's in like 78, the next one's in 86.
Right, and then the next one is like 98.
Or 2000.
Yeah, so it's, they span over quite a big bit of time.
But at the beginning of every film, what the title is what's going on. Like, one family is swimming, and that's pool party. They're swimming, and you can tell they're in a warmer climate, and it's obviously not the house where they're living now, like where Ethan Hawke's family is, because there's no pool in the backyard.
Though you weren't convinced at first.
I wasn't. I was not convinced. I was like, maybe this is how the house changed over time. No, it's not how the
You're killing me.
I'm killing Brittany barely.
I'm gonna die.
It's not how the house changed over time.
No,
P.S.
That happened.
Look at this right here. Ready?
Oh, look at
Boom.
Just don't
We're just gonna pat the hair down. It's been an awful day. Stated by the hair.
Okay.
Anyways, so like the first film we see is the film of the 1998 where the family is hung in the backyard where Ethan Hawke's family is.
Yeah, where he moved.
And he didn't tell his family, so he's watching these Super 8s. I keep wanting to call them V8s, like the drink. I'm so down.
Should have had a V8.
Should have had a V8. But anyways, so, and then we see how they die. Like, we see them like playing, and then they die. It cuts, and they die. And then
4 of them do.
4 of them do. There's a little girl that like isn't there.
Stephanie. She's missing. It's a missing child thing.
And then we see the family of 4 in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. It starts in Sacramento.
They're taking a trip. They're fishing at a pond. And then the next thing you know is the car has chains on it and there's only 3. Mom, Dad, one of the kids in the car, and the car just like
chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Right, like fire everywhere.
It's a weird Christmas reference.
It was like Black Christmas. Oh, we should review Black Christmas. Anyways, and so one child's missing, and then the next one we see is Pool Party, where it's a family of 5, and they're swimming, and the next thing you know, they're tied to lawn chairs with cinder blocks on the bottom.
No, that's not what happened. They're duct taped onto the chairs. And he pulled.
But there's cinder blocks.
No, because they can't get up.
There are cinder blocks. blocks.
I did not see a cinder block.
There are cinder blocks.
There's not a cinder block.
We're gonna go back and just watch that scene so she can know.
Roll the film!
There are cinder blocks.
I did not see one damn cinder block.
There are cinder blocks. They're even in the drawing.
I call shenanigans.
Oh, the next one to say shenanigans gets pistol whipped.
Nope. Oh.
Anyways, so they get pulled into the pool, besides one child who's missing. And then there was sleepy time. Family of 4.
Mom, dad,
and one
son.
of the boys are duct taped to their beds.
And their throats are slit.
And one child is gone. And then there's...
It's not until Ethan Hawke shows up that anybody realizes there's a pattern.
There's, like, a connection to these...
Oh,
her phone's going off.
it's okay. It's just on vibrate. We're good.
We're good. There's a pattern to all these murders.
When he gets Deputy So-and-so, which is literally his name. That's what he goes by. He wants to be Deputy So-and-so
in the back of his book.
In the acknowledgements.
Where he's like, thank you so much to Deputy So-and-so for all the help from the local precinct. He wants to be that guy.
So... That's what they call him.
And even in Ethan Hawke's phone, it like lights up when he's calling and it says Deputy So-and-so.
So-and-so.
We don't know his name.
Yeah. So.
And
so.
Brittany's having real trouble doing this today. We've had such a busy week that like this is the first day and it's Monday that we've had time to do the 3 videos for last week. We are sorry. We're going to really try this week to get them up.
We're going to try, but
as
I can't
close
make
as
promises.
Possible. It's Valentine's Day
week.
Yeah, like...
I cannot promise anything because today is probably the earliest I'm going to get off work all week.
And our family owns a flower shop, so... Anyway, so... And then...
So weird stuff starts happening around the house. The Super 8 film just starts turning on by itself.
He even, like, packs up and puts it in the box at one point.
He gets hold of a cult specialist.
Criminal cult specialist.
Because of some symbols that are in...
all the videos that he sees.
And it turns out that it's, like... The only way I could describe it is kind of like Krampus. Now, if you know about Krampus, then you know what I'm talking about. Don't laugh. It's true. He's like a child eater, too.
He's a child
Basically,
eater.
it's the boogeyman who steals kids and eats them.
Basically.
That's what you're dealing with.
But he only takes one from every family.
Well, right, he doesn't want to get too full.
Unlike Krampus, who's like, I need all the kids.
He's trying to watch his girlish figure.
He's really thin. The guy who plays this guy.
Mr. Boogie
is what the kids call him.
Right.
And we know this because on the back of the lid that fits on the box that the Super 8 was in is all these pictures of how the families died. And it's like Mom, Dad, Jacob, Mr. Boogie. Mom, Dad, Anthony, Mr. Boogie.
Mr. Boogie is, you know what?
Scary. He's scary.
He kind of looks like... I mean, the features are really strange. They're very pointed.
He's
all white, and then he's got,
black triangles.
And because of it being so pointed and kind of shadowed, it is really creepy.
He kind of, for me at least, minus the red circles on the cheeks, looks like the doll from Saw. Like, the same shadowings are in the same place.
I guess I could see that.
But
he doesn't have any eyes, which are creepy. Always creepy.
And he doesn't have a mouth.
No mouth. No nose.
No, he has a nose.
He just has the peak. But there are no actual, nostrils.
Nostrils or anything. It's just like, peek.
Which is really interesting and kind of terrifying.
Yeah. It's very rare that we get spooked.
It did it.
I
was spooked.
Films. I slept with my light on that night. I can't talk.
I wasn't that freaked out, but
enough to sit with you.
Yeah, kind of just ooh, God, I hope I don't see anything. Because basically, you find out through the movie that he possesses anybody who watches the image, which is very much like the Weeping Angels of Doctor Who.
If you are a Whovian, you know how terrifying they are.
It's kind of along that same lines, except that they don't turn you to stone or kill you. Instead, they have you kill your family.
And the kids. Spoilers. The kids that are missing are the ones doing the killings.
Yeah, he abducts them into like
his
spirit realm, and then they run around the people's houses.
And at first, I totally thought the kids were trying to, like, warn Ethan. Like, they pulled him down out of the attic where...
They pulled him out of the attic because they were trying to kill him!
Okay, well, I didn't see it that way at first.
She saw it as helpful pulling, and I saw it as, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, well, they didn't... You don't see their faces, and you don't see them at the time. Later, you see, like, he was taping because he didn't have a light, which...
Turn on a light.
Turn on a light.
Why does no one turn on? But that was when the power went out.
There was
the only legitimate reason.
There was like a 30-second window in our world, which is probably like 30 minutes in their world, of no power in this one house.
No, they said it was the whole block.
Later, we know. Yeah. But he didn't even try to turn on a light.
No one turns on lights. I hate it.
I'm just saying. I heard a noise this morning that woke me up from my sleep.
I probably just slammed the door too hard.
It sounded like somebody was clapping in the corner of my room.
You know, that guy, that's the same guy who made this movie. Made Sinister, also made The Conjuring.
He scared the crap out of me. I heard that in my room this morning, and I came out and slept the rest of my time on the couch. I was not staying in that room.
Because that's safer.
I don't care. I removed myself from the situation.
It's not even remotely safer. The doors there, the sliding glass doors, not safer at all. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this.
So, I'm sorry, my hands are on the table and it's moving the camera. I'm sorry. Ow, my elbow.
So, basically, things start to go bad.
And then we see the ghost children.
Right.
And one of the ghost girls, Stephanie, who lived in the house that Ethan and his family are living in,
shows herself to his daughter.
And his son is having, like, crazy night terrors.
Which evidently is something that...
he's had.
Okay, I thought I was going to sneeze. It didn't happen.
That he's had for a while.
Right.
But so much so that they, like, found him in a moving box. It was terrifying.
Yeah, well, they said it wasn't the worst place they ever found him. One time they found him trying to pee in the dryer. Which is kind of sad.
And there's, like, this whole...
running family joke about the kid peeing in the dryer.
Like, at one point, the sister walks in and goes, "What do you do now? Did you try to pee in the dryer again?"
So, basically, the little girl starts seeing them, but she doesn't really say anything about it because the little ghost girl goes, "Shh," which is, you know, terrifying.
And their faces are like crackled nail polish.
Yeah, like weathered.
Just their faces and their arms, though.
Well, you don't see the rest of them.
No, you see that torso of that little boy.
Yeah, but he was gray.
Was he?
Yeah.
But it's like crackled and...
It's kind of cool. It's weathered.
It's interesting. You can tell that even as a spirit, they've been through a lot.
Yeah. So basically, Ethan Hawke gets his family and they get the hell out of there. He gets a call from Deputy So-and-so, doesn't answer it. So gets another call from Deputy So-and-so.
Answers it.
No, he did not answer it. Like, yeah.
Third call. So he answers it and Deputy So-and-so's like, "Hey,
listen.
Now that I have this in a nice readable packet for you,
I was trying really hard.
I have found some connections. Everybody that's died has lived at one point in each other's houses."
Yeah.
Like, the family in Sacramento once lived in Minneapolis. And they moved back to Sacramento. And then died.
And then while they were, you know, so it's basically like a trickle effect. And now that Ethan Hawke has left the last house,
Deputy and so-and-so,
he's guaranteed to die.
And then...
he dies.
Him, his wife, and his son all get cut into 3 pieces by his daughter, and then she drains them of blood and paints on the walls.
Yeah, she did unicorns.
Unicorns in blood. It was kind of really funny.
It was sadly adorable.
Because that's the one thing she's allowed to do. In her room, wherever they move, paint in the room. Rule number 1. What's rule number 1? Paint only on the walls in the room. So she paints all around the house
and then
with their blood.
The bad guy, Mr. Boogie, grabs her.
And jumps into the Super 8 film.
But she also edited the Super 8 film, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, so that we could see, like, the extended version of every film to see the kid, like, the kid that sliced all of his family's throat, threw the knife down, and then disappeared. The kid that ran over her family's faces with a lawn mower. Can we just let that sink in for a moment?
Bad. I just kept telling myself it wasn't people.
A lawnmower, people. Like,
she looked away. She was like,
I was like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Brittany doesn't even know how to start a lawnmower, so we're good. She doesn't realize that there's a choke and you gotta prime
that there is one. I just don't know where it's at because Dad never made me do it because he loves me more than he loves you.
I love working in the yard.
Princess.
She is. To an extent, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of awesome and badass, but I'm also a princess.
Anyway. So everybody dies.
Basically, it was like George R. R. Martin wrote this and was like, I'm going to make everybody you ever loved die. At the end of the day, yeah, obviously I own it because I bought it, but I would own it.
I will go back and buy it.
I liked the special features though too, because there were special features about true crime authors,
and
a house, like about real estate, about trying to sell a haunted house, a house where murders happen.
And then there was which was also with one about a house where a murder had actually taken place.
Yeah. Where 8 people had died.
Got killed.
In Iowa.
And it's called the Vasilla Axe Murder House.
Look it up.
It's the little old lady that owns it.
She's so
adorable.
Cute.
She refuses to stay in it though.
But she's so
during the day, they give you a history lesson and then tour around the house, and it's like, this is where Mom died, this is where Dad died, this is where the 2 friends died, this is where the 4 children died. Faces smashed in by the blunt side of an axe. Anyways, and then
the special features, which is pretty. I like a good special features package
where it's not just like commentary,
right? And I thought that this was really interesting because it kind of played into
a house holding like the bad juju.
That, and then with the true crime authors, it showed, they talked about like getting in that mindset of trying to get into the killer's mind and the victim's minds, and then trying to be law enforcement, and how just really frustrating it can be.
And one of the true crime authors that they interviewed was the gentleman that wrote the true crime novel about the Black Dahlia.
One of them.
Whose dad just happened to be the killer.
Yeah,
he found that out. He found that out while researching this.
He was just doing some research and then saw his dad's handwriting was one of the letters. How do you even deal with that?
If you know how, comment below. Let us know.
Is your dad a serial killer?
If so, let us know who he's killed. We're not going to tell. No, we just want to know the intimate details.
Yeah, we just want to know the stuff.
Because we're kind of screwed up in the mind.
Whatever.
That's how it is. We enjoy horror films. I would own it. She already does, obviously.
I win.
She wins this one.
Ethan Hawke was great.
I feel like he was... I love Ethan Hawke. But I feel like he was even better than his normal.
Well, I think he was a complicated man.
It really was. It was a complicated role for him to really try to get into.
Because it wasn't so much about the scares and things like that, but it was more about this man trying to figure out how to kind of reclaim the fame that he had
10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Sorry.
A decade before with his first novel, and how his subsequent novels hadn't been so wildly received, and so trying to provide for his family and give them the life that he wants them to have. And so there was a lot of that family dynamic along with all of this bump in the night stuff.
And for those that don't like gore,
no,
you don't see really any blood in this.
No.
You see split seconds of the families getting killed.
But it's so quick that you by the time you start to process it, it's
done.
on to something else.
It's done. It's the movie's off, that part of that it's off, and Ethan is taking a drink. So that's what's Sorry, there was a weird noise like somebody was tapping on the glass door over there. Brittany's leaning on me.
Stupid birds, probably.
It is. These birds have built a nest again. And I'm going to have to tear it down because Brittany's terrified of birds.
Hey, birds. It's all Alfred Hitchcock's fault.
Oh my god, it is. Anyways.
Subscribe below.
It's right about here.
Comments.
Let us know what you thought. Sorry about the random ranting and ramblings of us.
If you watched the movie, tell us. If you liked it, tell us. If you hated it, tell us.
Tell us why, though.
Share it. Share this video.
Facebook.
Like this video. Subscribe to this video.
We're sorry we're so blah.
Tell your mom about this video.
Show your mom about this video. We're sorry we're so blah. It's been a really
It's
rough,
strange. We had a long weekend.
a really long weekend, which we will. I'm gonna try to talk about in lady chats that we're gonna tape here soon.
We'll talk about it.
And so Brittany,
Mackenzie.
Geekery TV. Bye.
Bye.